All right, I'll call this meeting to order. This is a special meeting of the Region 15 Board of Education, Monday, May 11th. Can we all
This
please—
conference will now be recorded.
Right, sorry. Can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. We start our meeting with the mission statement. The mission of Region 15, a collaborative community committed to excellence, is to educate every student to be productive, ethical, and engaged in a global society through proven and innovative learning experiences, supported by its strong community whose decision-making is based on the best interest of all students. We are very pleased tonight to have our student representatives here to give a report. It's nice to have you guys back, Mika and Patrick. Now that we've got our feet back under us a little bit, we thought it would be nice to have you guys come back to a Board of Ed meeting and do your normal student report. So go ahead.
Well, we're happy to be back too. I hope everyone's doing well and staying healthy. Mika and I just wanted to give a little update about how the school's been adjusting to the new at-home learning style. And I feel like we can speak for much of the student body, and especially the senior class, saying that we all really wish we were back at Palm Park right now. And we're disappointed that we're going to be able to, or not going to be able to experience some of the highlights of our last year in Region 15. But
yeah, and from an academic standpoint, in the past couple of weeks, teachers have been giving us assignments digitally through Google Classroom mainly for students to complete over the course of the week. And typically this involves them assigning it at the beginning of a week and then having it due the next week when the next set assignments are given. And I found that teachers have their own unique way of organizing this work to make it easier for the students to keep track of what is due.
And additionally, for an hour each day, the teachers are available for office hours to answer questions about assignments or any other help that the students need. The majority of my teachers have done this by setting up a Google Doc that can be edited by anyone in the class, and that allows students to type out questions or submit pictures of their work for the teacher to take a look at and give feedback on that work.
Right, and on the topic of AP courses, exams actually did start today. So now that they're being taken online, obviously, teachers have adjusted their courses accordingly. So for the past couple of weeks, we've all had to take practice exams to prepare and whatnot.
And while we're disappointed to miss out on the last half of our year at Palm Park, we really appreciate how the school has been working to compensate. So, for example, from March 30th to April 3rd, we had a virtual Spirit Week where students could send in pictures of themselves on days such as Messy Hair Monday, Virtual Twin Tuesday, Social Distancing Wednesday, etc. And the counseling department is celebrating the seniors with their future plans by having students send in pictures of themselves in what they decide to do, whether it's a college sweatshirt or military trade school work, and so on.
Right. And all in all, we admire all the teachers and faculty for working their hardest to help everyone get through this really tough time. So I want to thank everyone. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Well, it's great to hear from you guys. Does anyone have any questions for Mika and Patrick? Steve.
Thank you for the report. You can choose not to answer, or you can even maybe answer, hopefully, I guess, the June meeting, whenever we reconvene. But academically, now that you're seniors, you've kind of seen what's worked and what doesn't work. Maybe every district has things they can improve, and every district has things that they do well. Maybe you could provide even just one thing with the distance learning, one thing that maybe we've done really well that you feel the student body has really liked, and maybe one thing that we could improve on. If you were, hopefully we don't go through this again next year, but if you could give us any guidance from the student perspective as to what went well or what didn't go well with distance learning, that would be very helpful.
Before we get to that, so can we have everyone except whoever's talking to be on mute? Because I'm definitely hearing feedback. So unless you're talking, please put yourself on mute. All right, thank you.
Yeah, so I think that it's really difficult to set up a distance learning plan that's really effective in such a short amount of time, because it's never been done before. Like, we've never had to go through something like this. So I think that the Region 15's really done a pretty good job of setting up in a way that the students can still be engaged with their teachers. I feel like the office hours have been really great to be able to bounce questions off and get immediate feedback. But one thing I would say maybe could be the introduction to new material. I know, especially for AP classes, the AP test this year only go up to the point where we stop school. So I fully understand, like, reviewing that information is the most important, but I think that the introduction to new material could be something that could be improved with the distance learning. But overall, I've been really impressed with how flexible the teachers have been, and yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Heather, did you have a question? Anyone else? No? Well, thank you so much, Patrick and Mika. We really appreciate you coming and joining us tonight. And hopefully we'll see you again we have some more meetings in June. So hopefully we'll see you back there before you guys officially graduate.
All right, thank you so much.
So, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you.
Yep. Could I have a motion? We're going to do our executive session regarding the administrator's contract now. And the thinking was, versus doing it towards the end, we wanted to maximize the time that people could focus on the presentations that are coming up and not having to do an executive session after that, which might cut our questions short. So we're going to do the executive session now. We expect probably this is going to last about half an hour, and then we will be back online with the live stream for the remainder of the meeting with the presentations on distance learning and the next steps.
Heather Dwyer was having trouble, so she had logged off and was going to try to log back in.
Okay.
I don't see her yet. I don't know if that affects us going into executive session. If we should
We
wait
can
a
allow
minute.
her to come in once we're in there.
Okay.
After the motion's made and we go into executive session, I will stop the live feed and the recording of this meeting, and then we will start those up again when we come back out.
Okay. All right. So could I have a motion, please, to move into executive session to review the administrator's contract?
Move that the Board of Education go into executive session for the purpose of reviewing and discussing the negotiations of the 2020-2023 administrator's contract, and to invite Mr. Smith, Mr. Martino, and Mr. Roy into the executive session.
Second.
Thank you, Steve. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any nays? Any abstentions? Okay, we are